Hey guys, Lunar Spire 1127 here, bringing you Fairy Tale Chapter 281. Malice is concealed by the curtain of night. Yeah, that's right. I've finally caught up with Fairy Tale, and I gotta admit, it's an okay series. It's enjoyable at times, but there are times where it cannot be that great. But Fairy Tale is tolerable and it's enjoyable, so I'm still gonna keep on reading it. The chapter begins with the rankings of the Day 2 results of the Grand Magic Games. So far, Raventail is still in first place. It's a tie with second place between Lamia Scale and Sabertooth, and a three-way tie for last place between Quattro Cerberus, who are now called Quattro Puppy, and the Fairy Tale teams. Erza and Misgun, aka Jellal, they're talking about the magical energy that Jellal was supposed to sense every year, and so far Jellal hasn't sensed it during the tournament. They're questioning whether if the person or thing responsible for it has actually come to the tournament, but it's not really confirmed yet. So Mistgun is gonna investigate. Erza runs into another character, one of the female mages from Mermaid Heel. Turns out that the mage is Milliana, one of Erza's childhood friends, who was also a slave to build the Tower of Paradise along with Erza, Jellal, Wally, Sho, and Simon, who died during the Tower of Paradise arc. And then we cut to Sabertooth. We're introduced to the guild master Genma, who gotta say, he does not take failure lightly. He doesn't tolerate it at all. During the meeting with his guild members, he decides not to punish Sting because he actually had an excuse why he lost during this Day 2 contest. However, for Yukino, he is incredibly disappointed with her. I mean, the fact that she made a bet with her life and lost, and not only that, but she was pitied by the enemy, who was Kagra from Mermaid Heel. He does not take failure lightly at all. I mean, he was really pissed off with Yukino. I mean, he even threw grapes at her, and he tells her to strip off her clothes and to erase the guild emblem right in front of everyone. So either way, Yukino was kicked out of Sabertooth because she screwed up in her fight against Kagra that she lost. I understand why Genma actually exiled Yukino, but the fact that you have to strip off her clothes, I mean, was that really necessary? What am I supposed to expect? I mean, this is Hero after all. So, after she takes off her clothes and got rid of her Sabertooth emblem that was tattooed on her stomach, she bows to him and says, "Thank you for everything," but Genma's response is just, "Get out of my sight, trash." Wow, he is serious. I don't know why. I want to hate him. Honestly, I want to hate him for how he's treating Yukino, but I don't. Honestly, I don't. After that, we get to see Rogue and Sting. They're the two new Dragon Slayers, the third generation Dragon Slayers in Sabertooth. I guess Rogue seems to have a soft spot with Yukino because I think he thinks that Yukino is a comrade, and I guess he doesn't like how Sabertooth treats their guild members. But Sting, on the other hand, he doesn't seem to care. I mean, he just says, she disappeared because she's weak. The strongest guild had no need for her. And it's been said that the next day that there's going to be another person, a girl who's going to take Yukino's place. And I guess it's been established that she is supposed to be way stronger than Yukino, and with her, along with the rest of Sabertooth's team, they will be the strongest of them all. Then we go back to Lucy, Wendy, Charles, Happy, and Natsu. They just left from the feast and they're heading back to their lodging, but right in front of the lodging is Yukino. I'm not sure what Yukino is going to be doing with Lucy and the others. It may be possible that Yukino will join Fairy Tail, but we'll just have to wait and see. But then we cut back to Erza and Milliana, and we learn a little bit more about Kagura, of why she doesn't draw her blade. It turns out that she will unsheath her sword for the one opponent she must defeat. An opponent that she hates so much, and that opponent happens to be Jellal. I like how everything always goes back to Jellal or Zaref. And of course the chapter ends with Milliana expressing her hatred towards Jellal that she held for 7 years. So, Fairy Tail chapter 282, it was a pretty good chapter, I gotta admit. Seeing Milliana again was actually pretty nice, and learning the fact that Kagura wants to kill Jellal. I know that Jellal, when he was possessed by Utir, he did some really terrible things. I mean, he lied to Erza's old friends and made them into slaves to rebuild the Tower of Paradise. He even killed Simon, another person that Erza cared about. But I'm not really sure what Jellal did to Kagura. Maybe Jellal did something so terrible to her that she hates him so much that she's willing to kill him. And as for Milliana joining Mermaid Heel, her hatred for Jellal was the reason why she did it, and it's understandable, and she had to hold on to this hatred for 7 years. But how is Milliana gonna react when she learns that Jellal was really possessed and that Jellal is actually now a good character? I don't really know. As for Yukino, next week's chapter is called 10 Keys and 2 Keys. So this is obviously going to be next week's chapter is obviously going to be about Yukino and Lucy. I don't know if Lucy is going to get Yukino's keys, Pisces and Libra. I'm not sure if she's also going to get the 13th key, which I forgot what it was called. I have to look that up again. But this was it was a pretty good chapter. Sabertooth doesn't take weakness lightly. They care about being strong. If you're not strong, if you screw up, if you don't have any excuses, you're out of the guild. And for some reason, I like it. I don't hate Genma. I don't know why. I just don't. It's just seeing a different guild that actually takes it seriously is actually kind of refreshing compared to the other guilds lately. But, for this chapter, I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10. I like the return of Milliana, and learning a little bit about her and Kagura from Mermaid Heel. It was actually pretty good. And I did feel sorry for Yukino, but I like how serious Genma and Sabertooth really are. So that's Fairy Tail chapter 281. I'm Lunar Spire 1127, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!